What's up, everybody? I'm Jabby Kaway, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
What's up?
We are continuing forward with The Witcher Season 3, Episode 3, Reunion. Thanks so much for joining us. If you're watching on YouTube, you're seeing a cut-down version of our reaction because we can only show a limited amount of picture-in-picture, but if you want to watch the whole thing with us, no cuts, no interruptions, head over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/JabbyKaway, or become a member of this channel. You'll get access to the full uncut reaction, but you will need your own Netflix subscription so you can open up each episode. In an adjacent window to our reaction, we give you a 3, 2, 1 countdown sync, and it's like you're watching it with two of your favorite cinepals from the internet. Now, if you're watching this on Patreon or memberships already, thanks so much for supporting us here. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, please bell icon, all notifications, and vote this up. Let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. Here we go.
Are you even listening? What does Radovid even mean, I see people? How does he know what I see? I mean, he's only met me like twice.
Thought there was a Haley Joel Osment reference for a second.
Yeah, me too.
I see dead people.
I need to find out what that is. Because Geralt is
Your friend?
a hammer. You're a hammer. Every problem is a nail. You see a nail and you're like, f this nail. Sometimes the problem is a bunch of petunias or a bowl of porridge, and you can't hammer a bowl of porridge.
When I hear the word petunias, I automatically think of a girl's hoo-ha.
The problem is different. The solution needs to be different.
I got you.
It's different.
This dude knew he was going to be shirtless in this season, and decidedly upped his proper diet and upped his exercise so he can have that bulky chest. You can even see a little bit of abs in there. This dude has worked out.
Wait, hang on, when did you get dressed?
I mean, the spoon guy.
Radovid? No.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, like he has a crush on
For
him?
chasing tail of every kind. Men, women, dwarves,
Oh, there it is.
polymorphous.
That was one time, and I regret
Okay,
nothing. It was amazing.
so they've made it clear. He
Yeah.
does like more than just women.
Have a crush.
He's an equal opportunity lover, okay?
Good to see you two. How'd it go?
Not quite as expected.
Did you find the castle? Please tell me you killed Firefinger.
It's interesting to me he chose the animal goat. Greatest of all time.
Oh, right.
Am I right? Am I right?
And what's that? And she is?
Crazy lady.
But she thinks she's Ciri.
Oh, okay, so she's not from another dimension.
Is she all right?
She was part of an experiment. The only survivor. She has lucid moments, but revert.
It's interesting the way that they shot this.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like a post-digital effect of some kind, but it looks cool.
Yeah, that's just table salt. That's not not very druidic.
I'm not a druid.
Ah, right.
I'm a werewolf.
What?
I was bit back in the plague of 21. Went out to the woods to isolate, avoid the disease.
He has a very werewolf look about him.
Boils and the shitting myself to death. I wasn't really thinking about werewolves.
Priority, yeah, again.
Geralt was hired by the villagers to kill me. He found me a cure instead.
Oh, wow.
He keeps me safe.
Or
Almost
keeps
got himself
others
killed
safe.
in the process, but he saved my life.
Geralt's awesome.
So that medallion keeps him from becoming a werewolf?
Yeah.
How'd you and Otto meet?
His wife, Edwina, was killed in a fire. Children too.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I was there for Fasana.
She's dead.
She talked about you a lot at the end.
Yeah, there's some complicated feelings there.
It's a mind control enchantment.
So someone needs her to believe she's Ciri. Who would have the power to do something like this?
I don't know anyone with the knowledge to do something like this. It would take lifetimes to acquire all these tricks.
Someone old, potentially immortal. Long living.
It'll take a while and there's no guarantee.
Oh,
But if it works, she'll be able to tell us who did this to her.
And what they want with Ciri.
so I guess she's not a trap. I was so convinced.
If it's not too much to ask, I have one more favor.
Sure.
My ward needs a chaperone.
Say no more.
What?
Fabio is at your disposal.
Ooh, hello.
Fabio.
There. Now you look ordinary. Stop that. No one is after you here. You're just a normal girl having fun. Take this. Buy something nice.
Shopping.
But don't get into any trouble.
She committed to memory just like that?
I
Like
know.
she just knew it? I'm like, what if I mess up the words and I end
I
up
can't
in...
remember. I would suck at this.
As your most senior advisor, I cannot stress enough.
You stress too much. The only reason you have any power here, Sigismund, is because of me. Don't forget that.
That guy's going down.
Yeah.
Hubris! Could it be our downfall?
Queen Hedwig has been in such a useful mood of late. Perhaps it's time to make her useful to us. He's Radovid. Time for him to cut his teeth.
He's always listening.
Shall I, chat with kitchen hands, watch for shady carriages rolling up?
Well, you're just so busy with your royal duties, Your Grace. I dare not split your focus. I don't need your help.
Don't you?
You know, it started to gnaw at me back in Elendor. The whispers of a dozen bounties on Cirilla of Sintra. When last everyone knew, she was killed in the slaughter.
Rience, a fire mage.
He's after Cirilla too, but someone far more powerful is backing him. We can't let him get to her.
You want me to help hide a princess whose existence means war?
Yes.
If war is coming, there is no hiding her from it.
But then maybe she can lead us out of it. For all the Brotherhood's faults, they respect magic. She deserves to know what hers is capable of.
Come on.
After all your searching, you actually did it.
Did what?
Became a mother.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's
Kind
so
of.
many different ways you can be a mother.
Kind of.
What's that place?
Thaned Island, home to Arethusa.
That's what I'm going to say.
Legend has it they take failing novices to the caves below the tower and turn them into eels.
Yep. Facts.
Anyone give you any trouble?
Please, no one gives a shit about this ancient elven garbage.
Very discreet.
Where is the book?
If you'd let me finish, the book of whatever had already been recovered. I assumed it'd been sent to you.
It's his trade.
Whatever.
I'm not digging the long hair on him.
It's a look.
It's unbecoming.
Francesca has been siphoning off our best fighters, our resources, leading my men on side missions straight to their graves. She's not fighting to soften the North. She's searching for a girl.
Yep, everyone's searching for a girl.
We can resolve this issue, I have no doubt. Make sure this man is fed. My lord!
How do you feel about all the whispery acting? Are you into it?
I'm okay with it. I don't mind a bit of whispery acting.
It gave me no pleasure to punish you, but I had to know you could be trusted, that I had not lost you.
He's like a weird parent.
Are you ready to come home, Gear? Yes.
Bow down, kiss the ring.
Kiss it, bitch. Kiss it with that tongue.
What did Dijkstra want you to do?
He wanted me to convince you to take Ciri to Redania.
I thought that by taking her off the board, the world would stop trying to use her. Instead, they're just trying to use others in her place.
And they will continue to.
So play the queen.
She's certainly not an Arethusan witch, sourcing magic out of stones or hemp or...
Uh-oh. He's getting an idea.
I need you to wake up.
Geralt, no!
It's too soon.
Can you hear me?
It would hurt the extraction spell.
You said there was always a source.
Yeah.
What did you mean?
I told you that the clue was in what she's saying.
I was dragged from my room
Yes,
by a man.
a man with a scar.
Careful, Geralt.
They will help the man.
Who's the woman with the funny voice?
You knew him.
At school. At Arethusa.
Ooh, shit. Oh, she must have been the girl that's missing, right?
What was his name, Terran?
Whoa.
Stupid witcher.
Whoa.
And you don't even know it. I am Cirilla's destiny. May all ye wail, for the destroyer of nations is upon us.
Whoa. Oh no! Oh, the thing broke! Oh no!
Jaskier, the amulet!
No, Terran! Jaskier!
Come on, Jaskier, she's a child!
Well, that was a close call.
Well, clearly Arethusa is not safe. So you need to find Yennefer and Cirilla and tell them not to go.
Good people, keep your distance. Its breath alone could poison you.
It's a scam.
No, you're all wrong. This is a wyvern and it's young and it's starving because you're keeping it in this cage.
She's not very good at hiding, is she?
No.
So, why don't you just piss off and shut up?
Oh, it's out now. A little trouble. Oh, it's hungry. Oh, it's ready for a snack.
Don't you believe that you're gonna get killed if you stab it? It's gotta see its reflection. Someone get a mirror.
It's not a basilisk.
You little shit!
Good job, Fabio.
Under the protection of Jan Cardi Bank. Mind well the name, arsehole.
Little baby wyvern. Oh, it's not here. Oh, she took it? Woo!
Get off of her, devil dog!
Oh, good job. How many times do you have to say it? Like, just hang on a second, she'll be there.
Another runaway. You've had your fun, Nobis. Back to the dorms.
Get your hands off me!
Oh!
You will address me as Mistress Loantil, and you'll clean the toilets for your impertinence.
I'll take it from here.
Don't you dare take your eyes off me.
Oh, shit. Her magic's too strong.
Thank God, I'm bored. Shall we take the waters at Silver Heron?
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Whoa. Do you know what you're dealing with now?
Tomorrow I'll be expected to go crawling back to the Brotherhood, tail between my legs, begging for forgiveness. And I'll do it, because Arethusa is my best hope of protecting you from those who hunt you.
Not really.
If I can't learn to control my powers, will you let Tisea turn me into an eel? You want to change the world? Well, guess what? The day-to-day of leading is dealing with a lot of vapid, power-hungry assholes.
It's truth.
Yeah.
There's a lot of truth in that.
Trust me, I know you're not Geralt. He would never sell his soul like this.
I kind of feel like it's one of those things where it's like, it's hard to be a woman sometimes. Like, you gotta wear all of those masks and...
I never wanted her to hurt. Just wanted her to know what she did.
She knew. Love for a child forces parents to make the hardest choices of their lives. Chances are they toil over it for the rest of their lives.
But why did she give him up?
That's what I've been wondering this whole time.
Yeah. Because if she loved... Well, yeah.
Is that gonna
there
get
must
answered?
be a reason, yeah.
Can she stay here while I work out how to help her?
Of course. Where are you going?
Arethusa.
That girl seems like a bomb waiting to go off.
Yeah, a little bit.
I feel like she might kill that lady by accident. Or on purpose.
Geralt. Geralt, where are you? Geralt, where are you?
Is that how that works?
Yeah. I don't think so. But...
I thought it was like a spell that was... I thought it was just linked to, what's her name?
Yeah.
This was left with my manservant. The note says it's for you.
Oh. You don't have guards check before you open a box? A mystery box?
I told you, Dijkstra, they're not so bad.
What is it? Oh, shit! Well, that's disturbing. Well, you've gotten rid of her.
All that talk of making the Queen more useful.
Oh.
You and Philippa did this. You won't get away with it. It's treason.
You have to prove it first.
He trusted you.
Trusts. He trusts me.
Oh, that's a power move.
I am his most important advisor. Whereas you are a weak, silly, ineffectual little shit who just delivered his wife's head to him in a box. Go back to sucking on the royal teat until you're just drunk enough to forget this terrible tragedy. Because next time it could be your head in a box.
Yep.
Well, the question becomes, why did he want him to know who did it?
So that he knows that this is a possibility for him as well, I think. It's a show of power.
I wonder what Dijkstra thought of my pièce de résistance.
She's gonna die.
Unless you're Morgan Freeman.
How did she manage to portal into the palace and through my protection enchantments?
Maybe because the portal was special.
Yeah, there's some special portals going on.
Oh, Rience, don't get so agitated. Makes you uglier. That's for my lord.
Working with Nilfgaard is not the same as working for Nilfgaard.
At least I still have a face, instead of just the illusion of one. Tell him I'm growing tired of being kept in the dark. If he wants me to go along with his little plan, I have a demand of my own.
Okay, so we know that the head mage behind it is a male.
What news from the scouts?
There was a rumor that she was spotted in Maripor. Nothing came of it.
And Gallatin?
He said it is intrigue. With the rounded generals, perhaps it would be wise to consider an escape plan.
The only escape I'll take is death. Eventual.
Oh, it might come
You're on your way to
sooner than
that if you're not
expected.
eating.
When the usurper took Nilfgaard, he enslaved my father and my brothers. He was afraid of their strength and their ability to someday take revenge, but I was just a little boy. I was too weak for concern. I was left to starve or die.
The usurper. He was an idiot.
That's what the White Flame said to me when he came to free me. The usurper was a fool to let you go, son. Because you are the strongest of them all.
I suppose you're strong for a scrawny little...
Oh, what? Oh, shit. That's 7 years bad luck, dude.
Well, we know he's not a basilisk. Because he looked in the mirror and he's fine.
It's true. I mean, I guess you can trust that with their connection, they can find each other again, but like, you're literally just roaming across the countryside.
This green screen doesn't look right.
Yeah, it looks funky. Nope. Oh, it's the Wild Hunt. Dang, everybody's coming for her. Ride! Yes! Daddy Geralt!
You found me.
What happened? Who died? Oh shit.
They were real.
Yeah. Lots of stuff going on. We got the Wild Hunt coming after her. And now we found out a little bit more information about who is the mage behind Rience, although they're not showing that to us yet. I don't remember the mute lady, but I wonder if it has something to do with what was it? Was it last season or something? Like there was that there was like a witch or something, the mother or something like that, and she had this great power, and it's like all coming from the monoliths. And so I think the monoliths are going to have to come back in and play a part, because ex-boyfriend came back and he's the monolith expert, right? And he's still looking for more information about that. So that's telling me that that's going to come back into the story now, or very soon. And so I think that they must be drawing their power from the source being through the monoliths, because there's like a lot of like evil stuff on that side.
Yeah.
And so that's why they're able to do this powerful magic that no one can kind of figure out. So I'm enjoying the crap out of this, because it's just like all starting to come together, and it's like, it's really exciting to me. But yeah, how did you feel about it?
From the beginning of the show, they've been like really honing in on the parental dynamic with Geralt and Yennefer and Ciri, and I think that that's interesting, that aspect of the show that's been developing over the past few episodes, because, you know, that was a thing that was like in one of the earlier seasons. Yennefer was trying to figure out if she could have a child again, and she realized, you know, what she had given up, and now she, you know, so to speak, has this spiritual child through Ciri. I wonder where that goes ultimately, though, because, you know, Ciri, as she has said multiple times, belongs in the throne room as, you know, a princess. She's royalty.
Yeah.
And Yennefer doesn't actually have a real connection to that like Ciri does. Obviously, Ciri has the power to bring whoever she wants into her,
well,
you know, whatever. But
yeah, I mean, Yennefer's job was to be a mage and advise the king of the kingdom that she was assigned to. So it's not that she's unfamiliar with royalty, but yeah, she's not royalty herself. So she could be Ciri's advisor if she wanted that, but I think you're right. The dynamic of the family here is really interesting because they're coming at it in very different ways based off of their own experiences, right?
I thought the scene with Geralt and his monologue was quite interesting of him, like recalling the last time he saw his mother. I thought that was actually a nice scene for Henry Cavill in this show that has otherwise been like a performance that I've otherwise been uncertain about.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I can't tell if he's like genuinely enjoying what he's doing or if he's like just like, yo, it's... how many hours we got left? You know, if he's doing what he has to get through the day, like I couldn't tell. But in that moment, it was like, oh, here's a opportunity for him to like have an experience that we can vicariously have with him, so to speak, as he's recalling his last moments. We're feeling those last moments. Yeah. You know, and he's at that little teardrop coming down his eyes. I was like, oh my God, I'm feeling things here, and it's awful. Like what to know his I guess, so to speak, his origins, where he was first put on his own path without a parent. That's crazy, you know, and it's awful.
Yeah, I mean, it's traumatizing. That pain has been with him for his whole life. And the question of, like, why did she give him up to the Witchers, knowing full well that the process to turn a child into a Witcher actually kills most of the children?
Yeah, I really appreciated the follow-up to that, though. It wasn't just this, like, revelation of his backstory. It was also revealing, like, how that motivates his it informs what he does right now.
It's motivating the characters in different ways. Like, for him, he would never give her up. You know, like he said, even if it meant his own life. Whereas for Yennefer, she's willing to give her up so long as it means that she's safe and that she's getting the education that she needs in order to prepare her for her life ahead of her. Because, like, that's what happens to her, right? So in her mind, she's like, oh, this is what love is. For Geralt, it's like, no, I would never abandon my child the way that my mother abandoned me. So there's definitely a conflict of interest there. But we, the audience, know that Aretusa is not the place to be, clearly, because she's going to be in big trouble there.
The argument between Yennefer and Ciri was interesting in the back room, where Ciri was supposed to be in disguise, so to speak, and like incognito, and instead she's being outspoken and talking back when she shouldn't. The argument that happened between Yennefer and Ciri was it was interesting because I wasn't sure how I felt about Ciri in that moment. She kind of, sometimes I want to slap her. I'm so annoyed with her. I'm like, listen to your mom. Like, you know, that's the kind of feeling I have sometimes, almost like she's a miniature Karen of some kind. It's like, can you understand what's going on here? The part where the guy was doing the whole thing with the basilisk, and it wasn't really, that's like, okay, you're just like asking for trouble and constantly putting yourself in a bad situation, and it's up to these two jokers to constantly get you out of it.
Yeah, because she's so outspoken and she's so direct, and she feels like she's honor bound to tell the truth or something and speak out, when Yennefer is really good at like working in the shadows. And so it's interesting seeing that conflict, because in a way Ciri is more like Geralt, where, you know, she's just like, I do what I do. I just try and do the right thing, and like I run into danger and like just go for it. Whereas Yennefer has spent a lot of time at court, and so she's had to learn a thing or two about wearing a mask and politics and all of that. And so my comment about like, oh, it's hard being a woman, I know that came out like super weird or whatever, but I'm just thinking of like women in that kind of environment. Like if we liken it, I know it's fantasy, right? But if we liken it to like women in medieval times or something, it's like you couldn't go the direct route. You had to kind of play the game.
Unless you were Elizabeth, but sure.
Sure, yeah. It didn't happen often unless you were like Queen Elizabeth, or in this case, I guess, like her grandmother, the Queen of Sintra, right? But most of the time you would kind of have to work through people and be a little bit devious and play the game of politics and stuff. But Ciri wants no part of that.
I didn't mean to kind of shit on your comment with my expression.
No, I realized
it's just like there are men dying in the show too. Like
super triggering.
Lots of guys are getting killed in the show, and so it's like I'm sure it's not just the women who are having a hard life here, but. That's all. You saw that dude get stabbed in the neck at the end. It's like he had it rough. Whisper acting over there.
I know.
He had it rough, and he died rough. So I'm like, between the having to wear a mask and getting stabbed in the neck, the false dichotomy I'm producing there. But still, I'm just saying, I'd rather have to wear a mask than get stabbed in the neck.
That's true.
It's a false dichotomy. I'm aware. But the only reason I was mentioning that scene though is because I don't know how I feel about Ciri. I'm 3 seasons in. I'm like, I don't necessarily care about her, but I liked how it gave Anya Chalotra, the actress, material to play off of in responding to Ciri and saying what she has to do and what has to be done in order to survive, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Which, like you're saying, kind of speaks to real life, which is the point of an abstract situation like fantasy. It's supposed to like kind of inform you about your own reality in a way, like Star Wars is really about fighting the Nazis,
Sure.
And so is Lord of the Rings, and so like that it's like it's this abstract idea to help you better deal with your own conversation or whatever.
Sure.
And so it's just at its essence, at its root, it's talking about the difficulty of raising a teenager. This young girl thinks she knows.
She doesn't know.
And she doesn't know. And that's what that scene's about. And I thought that was cool in terms of acting from Anya Chalotra. I liked what I'm saying her name wrong, I'm sure, but I liked what she did there, and she's fucking stunning. But anyway, the action in the show I have not been pleased with in this episode. It's just like there was a couple of blue balls, and I'm like, all right, I guess they're saving their budget, but like the scene with the wolf, like it was almost a situation, and I'm like, they could have been cooler, and it wasn't. And then at the end with the smoky Lord of the Ringsy type guys on the Wild Hunt. Like, that was over before it started. Just like, there's a lot of nothing happening in the action area, but I think there's sort of a TikTok thing happening because the last episode had some act. Yeah, with the monster.
Yeah, with the flesh monster thing. Yeah.
So that was expensive.
No, I mean, yes, I see what you're saying, but they're probably like holding off on that until maybe episode 5 before we go into the break, and so they're just teasing us with that now.
I just need you to front end me with something stronger. Like I'm honestly, if I'm being 100% honest and fully transparent, I'm getting a little bored. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little bit bored.
I'm sure you're not the only one.
I'm just like, I'm trying to just like stay connected to everything happening, and I'm like, okay, I kind of don't care, but I'm trying to turn off that attitude and like really engage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm having a bit of a tough time. Like I'm not getting enough Geralt.
That's true. You know, like Geralt is really probably one of the best parts of the show is definitely Geralt. And you're right, we're getting too little Geralt, but hopefully now that he's met up with Ciri, they'll, just do more stuff together.
It just almost feels like I don't know what happened in the behind the scenes. We've heard some of the drama, that's the ongoings of the drama in the making of the show, but it almost felt like they were trying to
just like write him
out of his own show or something.
Rude.
I don't know though. Like there's 2 episodes left, right? This is number 3. So
yeah, there's 2 episodes left until the break, and then I think maybe there's 3 episodes after when it comes back. But I'm curious as well because he said that he would fight for her or he wouldn't abandon her even if it meant his own life. And so I wonder if that's foreshadowing that at the end of the season they're going to kill off Geralt of Rivia, because I wonder if it would just be too difficult for audiences to accept Liam Hemsworth as the new Geralt, whereas he could just be a new Witcher or something that we follow instead. I don't know how they're going to handle that. That's just like an idea that I had while we were watching.
I'm going to reserve all comments and judgment on that. I mean, it's already been spoken to ad nauseum, or it's already been spoken about to ad nauseum on the internet, and my opinion has been expressed through others. I don't need to say it here. So, anyways, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I'm Jabby Kuwait. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.